Next is the loop tool. Essentially, it's a wire, so it travels through the clay very easily. We want to use steel wire, all right, because it holds its shape, it's rigid, it can cut through that clay, it won't bother it. But you don't want to use aluminum because it's just malleable. See, as soon as you go try to put it in the clay, it's going to bend that wire. Probably the number one material I use for loop tools is guitar wire. So for finer detail loop tools, you might want to use a plain steel wire right there. See there? Look at that. If you got a set of pliers that look like that right there, that's going to be a big bonus. I want to be sure I showed you this because it's not exactly like, falling off a log. It's not difficult, but it's probably not the easiest thing in the world either. So look at how what I'm doing, all I'm doing is working. I'm holding it pinched, them legs. But look, I'm working, squeezing. See that squeezing action? And then going around it like that. And so what should happen is you should wind up, that's a little wonky, too wonky, but should start to wind up with a loop like this. See? You can do it with regular pliers, just know that it's going to get more marring on the surface that you might need to polish off later because you don't want little cuts and grooves in your clay. You want the wire to be smooth, okay? Yeah. And we could take our loop now and just stick it. Find this little brass tube and stick it in the end of it and just crimp it. A first cousin to the loop tool is the ribbon tool. The difference being it's not a uniform circle, it's kind of an angle. Here's an unusual handle recommendation. Get some mixing spoons from the dollar store. They have a wonderful plastic handle. It's already rounded on the end, but look, if you cut it, it also has you a little hole right there. If you need to, you could drill it bigger, but it's good to have a pilot hole starter. Now bear in mind, with a loop tool, you generally want it to come to a taper at the end so you can read it where the loop is. See how it comes to a skinny little end right there? Versus if you had like a big chunky handle. You don't want that. You would want to ease them shoulders in. And that's a pleasant little two-handle we got right there, y'all. Look at that. Yeah. I just stuck it in my little plastic handle and did me some epoxy around it. Pretty crude, but I'm probably going to come back and take me some little sandpaper and some wet sand. Yeah. So here's an easy one for you. You could bend some guitar wire into a U shape. Then you take the legs of it, give yourself some long legs to it, and bend them almost inwards towards each other. We're going to take us a little dowel right there and use this little trick that I like to use to cut grooves in the side. Slide it, keeping the blade lined up with the handle. Now I'm going to just basically take an awl and poke a couple of holes right there, see? Now, with it being fixed into them grooves right there, it can definitely withstand, the back and forth. All you need to do next is maybe glue it or just wrap it in some wire or do both, or maybe put some epoxy. And I like to just look for things like, you can go get you some little connectors right there. That's a 1/4 inch audio plug, and look at this little piece. Yeah. Because, there's something to be said about professionalism. Look at that, boy. Yeah. Here's one of my favorite little loop tools that I DIY made. It's just an X-Acto knife handle with guitar wire right on the end of it. But if you want to make a little bit of a loop / rake to the base of your strings right there, see that? You could take that and bend it into a pretty nice loop right there. A brass tube is probably one of the number one handles used for clay sculpting tools. The reason why is because versus a wood or plastic, you ain't got to drill through it. It's a tube, so you already got your opening, Most important part of this right here is to keep the legs on either side of that crimp that goes down the middle. We just wanted to hold in there and not slide out, not come loose, not be wiggle wobbly. Yeah, that's good right there. Here's another unusual one. Go look in your tackle box and find some swivels with the little quick connect on them right there. These automatically have a little ribbon in right there, see the angle? And you can also use the opposite side, and that's closer to a loop right there. We want to push it in there real good to give us some a good foundation, a good bite, you know. We don't want it to wiggle back and forth. We want it to be nice and firm. So get it in there real good. All right. Then I take and mix me up some epoxy and just get us a nice dab down in there. Let's see.